Okay, I think we're live. Week 18, visiting the Rams, who don't have a shot at the playoffs. Right now, we're the 2 seed in the playoff picture. And judging by this, I think I understand the tiebreaker, which is going to be points for. So right now, we would be facing the Giants, but you're going to see that, after the Eagles, you got the Cardinals, Buccaneers, Cowboys, and Giants. And I'll show you here a little bit the standings, but they do. That's exactly how the points for are ranked amongst all those 9 and 7 teams. Right now, no big shockers in the AFC, except for maybe the Titans. But I guess we can go through that scenario to look at their standings as well. We'll do that, and then we'll kind of go over the game. I did have a correction to what I was talking about with who is in the hunt for the first overall pick. I was talking about the Jaguars, Saints, and Jets. Well, I had forgotten the Jaguars traded this first round pick to the Browns for the rights to draft Travis Hunter. So, right now it's Browns picking number one overall. Um, so basically, the top 3 teams all need a quarterback. Now, of course, the Browns selected Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, but I really don't think that's going to stop them. So they have 2 first round picks, and I think are they in the playoffs right now? I don't think they are in the playoffs. Yeah, they're like sitting. So here's the funny thing about Drew Aller going to the Browns. If they do indeed end up with the number one pick, I think that's his favorite team, and I'm kind of glad to see the Browns finally get a quarterback. To be 100%, I I don't actively root for them, nor do I really care, but I don't wish ill on them and their fans at all. I think that they've kind of had a rough go. So I would love to see them get a franchise quarterback. I'm just speaking my mind. I think it'd be nice. Okay, so here's the thing. We haven't locked in the second seed because if the Eagles win and we lose, based on what I think is the tiebreaker, we would end up the third seed. So I'm going to play the starters. We have the later game than the Eagles do, so if I somehow could see, I don't know if the ticker shows it, but if they lost, I'm taking my starters out, all of them, as many as I can. Um, but we're gonna play to win this game. I want that 2 seed. You never know. The Lions might mess up, and let's say we keep knock on wood succeeding. And you know what? Before I continue too much, I'm gonna check this. I'm doing live streams because why not? It's easier. But I'm gonna go ahead and check my volume if I can. So bear with me a little bit if you're watching. Just fast forward. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go on mute so I can listen to this. Whatever, fuck it. I don't know. It won't let me click. I have no idea what I'm doing. Why won't it let me play it live? Fucking the man keeping me down, bro. I mean, I see it there. It's in my live. Hold on, maybe I can do it on my computer. Fucking the man keeping me down, bro. I mean, I see it there. Okay, I think we're good. Hold on, maybe I can do it on my computer. All right, I think we're good. I think the volume's a little better. If not, I'll adjust it again. All right, so like I said, they are the only team that could unseat us from the 2 seed. We're going to start our players, bench the starters if we see that the Eagles lost, and then we could be playing any one of these teams in the first round of the playoffs. Anyone 8-8 and above. Uh, But well, I guess not anyone because if you have so like probably not the Buccaneers because they have 428 points for. Definitely not the Cardinals. But I guess that's possible, right? So if these teams, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna do the math. That's just silly. So I think was there anything else I wanted to talk about here? I think that's it. Oh, we were gonna go over the AFC, kind of see who's in it there. Okay. Holy, that's a lot of teams, man. So, oh, that's almost the entire conference, bro. I would think all these teams have a chance just based on I don't know about head to head, but you got four teams that are in it, and you need three more. So, I mean, even these two teams, if they talk about a wild last game of the year, that's that's crazy. All right. So, okay, wow. I'm rooting for the Chargers and Browns. I gotta say Chargers and Browns. Well, how about? Well, I don't know. So okay, Bills, Chargers, and Browns. Those would be the three I would want to get in. Bills, Chargers, Browns. There we go. People I don't want to see. Uh, Nobody stands out that like I just tired of seeing them win. Wow, the Bengals really turned around. Weren't they like 0 and 5 at one point? I would say I don't really care to see the Broncos in there. If I had to pick one team I don't want to see in there, I would say the Broncos just based on like I just don't I don't like their coach, I don't like their quarterback. I think he's just I don't know, they're just if they have it if any team has the ability to like get close to like where someone I'm just like they just irk me, I would say the Broncos. Ravens of course I don't want to see in there because of just how good they are. And that reminds me of something else that I wanted to kind of look over. Of course, the Chiefs are max level 100 on the irk. They just irk me. Yeah, and I think that's it. If I look at NFC, who do I not want to get it? Dude, just the Bucks, man. That's just they beat us twice. I mean, how embarrassing. One, we win the division, but lost to them twice. That's already kind of annoying. And then if they were to knock us out again, I mean, come on. I mean, I guess we deserve it if we lose to the same team three times. Yeah, the Lions are just annoying. I'm gonna call it, man. If we face them in the playoffs, I think we're losing that game. I think we're losing this game, and we're losing this game. We may even lose this game, but I think win, 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 win. Yep. That's the way I see it. We're just not built enough yet. Okay, so I was gonna go over something I little saw here before I started streaming. Check this out. Uh, Down there at the bottom, the Ravens are getting back Derrick Henry. So he must have been out. All right, so just in time. And let's see here. Oh, and kind of cool news. Looks like Cade Klubnik won the Heisman. Also, it's not on here anymore, but I had noticed in this. I never really pay attention to this shit, but I noticed that there was an announcer. I don't know if it's part of the mod I downloaded for this game. I'm guessing not, but there was a reporter saying something about how they were. It's unfortunate there's this running back that's not going to be participating in the combine, and I had like just to test it, I had simmed to the end of the season and to the draft, and I saw that like it showed did not participate in a combine. I don't know if that's in the game or not. I've never noticed that before. Anyhow, um, maybe it's because I'm not scouting players that aren't willing to participate in the combine. As you can see here, Scorton is tied for second in the league with sacks. One game remaining. Simmons is just got very close to getting that sack record. We'll see. And other than that, we're not a top three in anything else. Here's the look at the standings. The Rams very good at passing, but our defense, man, got to give it to them. Our offense has kind of just been okay. Honestly, I don't think it's been that bad. I think what we've suffered is bad play calling by Dave Canales. I gotta call a spade, man. I gotta call it. And I think we've been lackluster in run blocking. So I don't think there's anything a GM can do to improve that this off season. I think it's coaching personally. Okay, let's take a look at their our injury report, their injury report, and their depth chart. As these are players we could have back should we go all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't think we're gonna want to bring Brooks back, but definitely Wharton. There we go. Okay, left guard Avila out. I'm sure that's gotta hurt, man. I mean, Taylor Moton's rated 85 and he's a starter, so that's gotta hurt them. Higbee's out. Oh, that hurts. That hurts them. Okay. Also, I wanted to touch on one more little thing about Travis Hunter, but first we're going to take a look at their depth chart. All right, Stafford. Here's their backups. Man, they need a quarterback. This guy's gonna. He may even retire. Kyron Williams is gonna be hard to stop. How big's that guy? 5'9", 194? Oh man, that shouldn't be a problem. But Terrence Ferguson. Oh, okay. I thought he was a tight end. I was wondering why he was that fullback. Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua. Man, they're too well. Now they're looking pretty good. I don't see why. He should be starting at tight end. But okay, you do you, Rams. Left tackle. Who's gonna be our bitch this week? Oh, he's looking mighty bitchy. Left guard. Is Limmer's not even the fucking starting center? You should be playing his ass at guard, bro. Dotson. Oh no, he's our bitch. That's the guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, bro. Number 75, Trey Wettig. I'm sorry, but you're the bitch this week. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say he gives up. I'm gonna say 3 sacks. All right, you got Fisk, Turner. Who's their nose? Ford. Josiah Stewart. Not really much there. Your middle linebackers are, I guess, not that. Probably about the same as ours. Byron Young. That's. I don't know. I think we're gonna have some time in the pocket unless they blitz a lot. There's Willie. Okay. I think there's some opportunity to do well in the passing game. How's their kicker and punter? Right. Oh, how were they ranked on defense? Okay, not that good at the run. I'm going with the Canales playbook. Last thing. Okay, so I noticed this when I noticed that the I forgot. I remembered that the Jags don't have their first round pick. He's out for the year. They traded up for Travis Hunter, and he was out for the year. And if you look at his season stats, this tells me that. So this is what they got: 3 touchdowns, and however many total yards this is. So he had one really good game. If you look at the long, like he didn't really break anything. He doesn't have a lot of run after catch. Man, talk about a disappointing season. And it looks like what happened here, if I bust out my football forensic files, my football forensic classes, this guy must have got a 3 yard pass off a screen. Oh no, 2 yard pass, ran for one. Oh wait, what is that? Two ran for, I don't know. But the second pass was for probably negative yards and just got, what was it that he got? His femur broken. And he's not even playing on both sides. You can't in Madden. I think there actually are mods working on that, by the way. Hold on. You know what? I could test that out. I think there's mods where they're looking to see if you can play a cornerback at wide receiver, vice versa. Yeah, it's not on this one. Nope. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's only playing wide receiver. I just felt that I think that's kind of interesting shit. I mean, you end up with the number one overall pick, and it was traded to the Browns, who are now going to get their franchise quarterback, who I grew up, from what I understand, a Browns fan. So I don't know, man. If we can't have Drew Aller, I'm glad he's going to his favorite team of the Browns, who definitely need a injection of quarterback help in their franchise, and hopefully, hopefully they could be perennial playoff contenders, and maybe even we can face them in the knock knock Super Bowl. All right, let's do it. If I'm forgetting something, I apologize to myself because that's probably what I'm forgetting right there. Why? Oh, because of him? Wait, oh wait, did that happen last game? Must have. All right, so he's injured. I need a guy there. Oh, dude, I can't use. Oh no, he's back. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll play him at backup right end. He'll be my backup nose. Brown, Crumity, Robinson, Crumity. Okay, that works. Yeah, that's one thing about this mod I just don't like. That for some reason, like they have more restrictions than, and it's not on purpose. I looked into it. I just don't know, but I didn't look into it that much. I don't know the reason why. But there's just a lot of people on the Discord for the mod basically saying just to keep keep those positions staffed. But I think they're trying. All right, so I got him, right, and him. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna still have Crumity as a backup. Let me look at Rush. I want to make sure nothing got screwed up there. You know what? Uh, Yeah, I'm going to put him there. I need the best possible. Who's better, him or Pat? Let's go Patrick Jones. Rush defensive tackle. Yeah, normally that'd be Wharton's spot right there, man. That's his one main role is a nickel set defensive tackle. So I think that's our best possibility. What if? But maybe I could just throw a wrench in and put Crumity in. I don't know. Nah. What was I thinking? Oh. Scorton, Umamiela, DJ Johnson. Let's go. I don't know, dude. Yeah, let's go. Patrick Jones here. DJ Johnson there. Okay, I'm good with that. Let me save it in case it freezes. I'm going to try and pay attention here to the ticker. Let's go. Ooh. Yeah, we gotta go all white. You know what? Let's go. Ooh. Nah. I wonder, do we have like blue shoes? That are. You know what? Let's go this way. Let's go with that. Nah, I like the white better. For the 2 seed, let's get it.
It's week 18 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Panthers and the Rams
McMillan's first
coming
game
up
back.
next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new, or kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Here's Oliver. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL.
Let's send his ass to fucking retirement.
Back in 2009, it's Matthew Stafford.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Right to the air. Here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. 7 yards there and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now it's Stafford. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. DJ Waddle. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with
that's
the
why I
sack.
re-signed him.
They had 5
I think
last
it was
week.
a 3-year
And
deal.
they saw that on film, and that meant that
for
they
about
had
$10
to get
million
together.
total.
Offensive coordinator,
Come on.
quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the
I don't
first
know,
quarter.
man.
Already
That might have
sacked him
sent him to
once. Got
retirement
to get
right
in there
there.
and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by
Shut
one
up,
touchdown
fucking Charles
pass.
Davis.
Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll stretch
See what I'm talking about? This is the run blocking, bro. This is what I've been working with as a
Sometimes
GM.
offenses get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to
Lackluster,
stick to the running
disappointing,
game on the first 2 plays.
underachieving.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep is Britton Covey. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Out of the gun, Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tutu Atwell there, but it's going to be 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be the Panthers ball, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Young. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture.
Damn, dude,
coming into the
tight
weekend.
end just looks like
And
a
it's
pro
all
wrestler.
come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Scorton, man, get him. This is you.
To throw is Stafford. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is a 53-yarder.
And he missed it.
Nice.
It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background.
Hand it off.
They're all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer
Run
players.
it. Come on.
These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
What the hell?
You talk about this Rams defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air once more, Young. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Now Young. Open man, once again it's Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Young. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk
corner of the end zone.
Step aside. Young working out of the gun. Throw right side taken by Sanders. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Young. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And this one is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Right at the 30. He'll look to Williams to begin things. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
3rd and 8. Back to throw, Stafford. To the right side.
Okay.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
Looked like it kind of just went right through
field
the
position at the 41-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover.
You know who's not big on that, Charles? Dave Canales.
I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of
Madden
coaches
Dave
will tell
Canales
you
is not big on that,
only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Here's Young. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Throwing, Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Throwing quickly out wide, Atwell. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
It's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Panthers' 49-yard line.
Stafford. Finding Williams on the check down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To the air again, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Panthers at 11-5 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Young to throw it. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. To throw, Young. Escaping the pressure right.
He's fucking going!
Going inside the 20. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, That position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, Young loses it. And now the Rams have got it.
Oh, Bryce, how do you not see that fucking coming?
And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Shades of
The call is to go
rookie
for one and
right
kick
there.
the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Now Young. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young. Got a man. That's Liggett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Looking to throw, Young. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure.
Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards
Doing it.
that time on 2nd down.
Doing it right now.
Are you seeing?
It's happening. This ain't fucking happening today, Icky. 2 in a row? Wow.
Now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. And here's Matt Ariza now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Stafford now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Throwing is Stafford. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up
Nice
by the
fucking
Panthers.
hit.
And his guys will take over
Beautiful
at
hit.
the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the
kind of
offensive
football
players for
I
not
like to
taking
see,
care of
man.
it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. A give, running right, it's Hubbard.
Oh, he's going to get it.
They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Young to throw it. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head east to the land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Joe Flacco has a touchdown pass there. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Nick Westbrook-Akine, a touchdown catch in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now here's Young. And once again, this is Sanders. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. Now Young. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Young now. He'll get this to his running back Dowdle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 18. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play.
Oh,
and this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Whatever.
From the gun on third down,
Stafford. Through injuries. Holy fuck, bro. Are you serious?
The defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42.
I only had fucking time to sign all the paperwork for a recent start. Jesus.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Stafford.
Oh.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Glad that pistol.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact.
There you go.
Trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted.
There you go.
And
Send him to retirement.
Great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Look at 48 put a block on it, too.
So now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Young now from the 50. They'll set up the screen
now
here
wait for your blocker.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And
Is he
now the
down?
Rams have got it. Going the other way. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight
He's down.
football
Come on,
game.
Rev.
Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Knee down, too.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Young.
Oh, there you go, Ted. There you go, Ted. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
But not before getting this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. 3rd down, Young from the gun. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing, Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw, Young. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. At their own 22. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's quickly to Atwell on the slant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. Now it's Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson, and it'll bring up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up fourth down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go with Williams. And I don't think he got there.
Nice stop.
He did not. They stopped
48.
him shy. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And it coughed it up. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Young to throw it. Evans has it left side. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 12. Looking to throw, Young. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense and Devontae Adams set to take over once more. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Open man is Atwell, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Now a 2nd and 10. From the 50, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 20-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Here's Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he's good with that one, but remember, he did miss one earlier, and right now that's the difference in the ball game.
And he knows it all too well, but also understands he can't dwell on it. He's got that one through. That's what counts at this point.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. Young now. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Oh, come on.
And that is
Yeah.
incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10.
I'll do that for Ted.
Now Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. That one completes illegal. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Young from the shotgun. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the shotgun, it's Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Young to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now here's Young. And his throw
Dude,
here
I
is going to be
just
incomplete.
don't understand
Maybe just a lack of
what's got to
concentration
happen
there as
for
he
him to
couldn't
run the
haul it
fucking
in.
ball.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Stafford. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now it's Stafford. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now.
Or the
has
second
to think back,
seed.
cycle through every play of this contest,
Or the 2 seed.
and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Oh.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
That's it, fans. The number 2 seed. 12-5 for the
Down
year.
to a knee goes Young, and that should be the final
What a
act of this
turnaround.
one. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for Carolina, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah, here I am talking shit on the right tackle, yet Icky gives up 2 in a row. Oh, this one was nice. Ooh. You know what? I wonder if we could see his face. What's his facial reaction right when he gets fucking hit? So at this moment, he realized he fucked up. Look at this shit, man. This is the kind of shit Panthers fans had to deal with the first Bryce's rookie year. Look at that. Okay, you got time to get rid of it. I mean, just saying, you have a fucking number 8 overall pick there. And Ted McMillan, you can just single coverage. Still got time. I mean, you got Horn breaking on the edge there. Still got time. And it's just like I don't know what he's looking at, bro. He's like looking at Thielen, who's one-on-one, by the way. What in the hell was that shit? Kind of disappointed that Ted didn't get more involved. I don't think he's going to get Rookie of the Year for the league. I think he'll get it for the NFC. All right, let's check out the injury report, and then we'll see who finally made the playoffs, and who's got the number 1 pick. They've even check out the. Oh, okay. He's not on the injury report. Okay, good. Because you know what? It's nice having him out there. Oh no, I need to. Giants at the Panthers. So mock draft number 3. Yep. Oh, looks like man. Saints were one pick away, bro. One pick away. Playoff bracket. Okay, Bucks got him a 6. So here's the thing: if the Bucks win, oh no, okay. So if we win and the Bucks win, Bucks would be playing the Lions. Eagles win and yeah, and we're playing the Eagles at home though. The Bucks win, we're playing the win. Obviously, the Cards or the Cowboys. Ooh, Chargers got in. That's nice. That's good to see. Ah, the fucking Broncos. So here's who I think it should be. The AFC should be constantly, continuously challenged by the Bills, Chargers, Chiefs. That's who I'd like to see. Just kind of always fighting for it. Of course, you know, I'd rather the Chiefs not be fighting for it. Wait, that doesn't make sense. So it must be some kind of bug because that means Saints should be picking third. And I don't know. So does this mean that no matter what happens, I mean, obviously, unless we make the Super Bowl, that we're picking 30th, no matter what? Huh. Okay. Oh, Falcons are firing Raheem Morris. Hmm. First overall. Oh man, two good defenses just going head to head. I'm gonna say our offense is gonna perform better than theirs. Russell Wilson, man. Oh, what's the record? What's the sack record? Sacks 22. So he tied it. Ooh, it's close, man. Who's leading? Mahomes with the MVP. We get Coach of the Year. We get Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best linebacker. Come on. So the only thing is that when it comes to Offensive Rookie of the Year, yeah, sure, we beat out in the NFC, but I have a feeling, yeah, one of these guys are going to win the league Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that covers it for this week. In game week. I don't have any injuries to go over. Okay. Next up is the playoffs. All right. I'm